System quarterbacks. You wanted to bring this topic up. You wanted a definition for a system quarterback, and you wanted to base it off somebody.
Yeah, I seen a comment somewhere where a guy called Tom Brady a system quarterback, and to me that was kind of like, why would you call Tom Brady a system quarterback?
We kind of did speak on this on our last table talk, the college football one with Mac Jones.
We kind of got Alabama into what is a system quarterback, but like AJ McCarron, that was a system quarterback. That if you want to know what a system quarterback is, that's AJ McCarron.
Blake
system
Sims,
quarterback, because it's like, look who they got around him. Now, is Tom Brady a system quarterback? To me, no. Let me tell you why. We saw him already digress with the Patriots before he headed to Tampa Bay. Last season, Tom Brady wasn't good. Let's leave that right there. He played like he's playing this year. Last season, he wasn't that great. He started to digress. He got out of there because he's like, hey, let me experiment. I want to play somewhere else. Smart. Will he play another season after this one? I'm pretty sure. But, I wouldn't expect much if I'm a Tampa Bay fan. But I've always seen this, that, hey, Tom Brady's a system quarterback. He wouldn't be good without Belichick. Now, however, yeah, he's been worse without, Belichick on his sidelines. And like we said in the video before, what's his name? What's their coach's name? Bruce Arians is not a good coach. He's terrible, as a matter of fact. But Tom Brady is just not a system quarterback. I think it's a bad comparison, and a lot of people kind of like to roll that off their tongue, and it just doesn't sit well with me because I'm like, well, Tom Brady is the GOAT. Can we agree on that? Tom Brady is the GOAT, and he solidified his spot as the GOAT when he came back from down 28-3 in the Super Bowl to win his 5th. He became the GOAT right there on that moment. No quarterback has played the game better than Tom Brady. But like I said, we've seen him digress. However, I will say when he began to lose those, talented wide receivers he has, you've seen him slowly digress. But look how he's playing at Tampa with the talent they have. He's still not playing that great. So I'm like, he's just digressed because of age. He hasn't digressed because of, him moving to a different team. So Tom Brady's just simply not a system quarterback. I saw Lamar Jackson get called a system quarterback. And that just doesn't make sense to me considering, he did win an MVP, but I think people just started to figure out Lamar Jackson. So I don't know how you want to go on this, definition of a system quarterback. Like, I want to say some more things, but I want to let you get off your point first of what you feel like a system quarterback is.
All right. A system quarterback to me is that if you put this game plan, playbook, whatever it is, around this quarterback and they perform at the highest level they will ever perform, and then they go off somewhere else and can't do that same thing that they used to do with that system, that's what I think a system quarterback is, because you're changing up system and they're all of a sudden failing. Now, this is what I'll get with you. Tom Brady he's not a system quarterback. Here's why I'll say that. I don't think he is. He played in New England. Come on, man. His top target for the past couple of years, even on that 28-3, it was Julian Edelman.
It was like undrafted and 6th-round guys.
You can't tell me
he's making these guys look like Hall of Famers.
You can't tell me you than't tell me throwing Julian Edelman on those 49ers rosters and taking Jerry Rice off and they winning the same amount of championships.
Look at Danny Amendola when he left the New England. He disappeared.
He went to
I think the Dolphins.
Went to Miami.
Yeah,
he on Miami.
I don't think he's on there anymore. He might still be. Who knows?
He was somewhere. I don't know. But this is system quarterback. It's kind of a weird thing because Tom Brady, he flourished in New England system, but I just think at this point he's regressing in his career, and it's expected. I think the man's 40-something, 40.
Yeah, he's
43.
Old.
He's regressing. But a system quarterback, I'm trying to think of one real quick. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold could easily be called a system quarterback right now. Mainly because if he can go somewhere else and that system is better, and he flourishes there, because obviously he's not doing good in the Jet system. No. Goes somewhere else, performs well. And then he goes to a different team and he starts doing bad because he's out that system. That'd be called a system quarterback. And I think a good thing for that, a good philosophy for system quarterbacks, just look at the University of Alabama. They put out A.J. McCarron. That was a system quarterback. They put out Blake Sims, system quarterback. You got all these quarterbacks. They're even that one dude that they played for a year, system quarterback. It was once when they're in this one spot, they look like they are the greatest quarterback to ever play.
Yep.
And then when they move out of that system, they are bad. That is what a system quarterback is.
Yep. And let me tell you about. We talk about Bama putting out system quarterbacks. Besides Tua, like I said, I felt when you saw Tua play, Tua had raw talent. You knew he was special. But let me tell you a team that
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young, he could be special too. But let me tell you another team that just puts out nonstop system quarterbacks. You want to take a guess? It's a big team.
It's a big team.
Yep. Hint, hint.
It's a big team.
It's a big team.
Ohio State.
Big Ten. Ohio State puts out nonstop system quarterbacks. Give me an Ohio State quarterback that has flourished in the league in the last decade. Braxton Miller, system. Couldn't even get a starting. He couldn't even get on a roster.
He changed to a wide receiver.
Exactly. Couldn't even get on a roster. Dwayne Haskins.
Cardale Jones.
Dwayne Haskins. Terrible. Benched.
No, I feel like Dwayne Haskins could do something in the NFL. Not know what he did at Ohio State.
I don't
know.
I
mean, I see what you're saying there. He could be a system quarterback, but I mean, I feel like if he got a good shot, I feel like he could do something.
He doesn't have that
50 touchdowns.
He doesn't have that dominant Ohio State offensive line anymore. You know what I mean?
Terrell Pryor, he's system.
Yeah.
He switched to a wide receiver.
System. It's like these are teams those are system quarterbacks. Like when you think of a system quarterback, you have to think if that player left that team and he went to the worst team in the league, would he still be dominant? Would he still perform?
Exactly.
Like if I took Patrick Mahomes
and you can't even say that because I mean it don't even matter if they perform. I mean it's just everyone's out here calling Tom Brady a system quarterback, but if anything, he went to a better team on offensive wise.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I mean, it's just regressed. Like he just regressed. I mean, it's obvious. Like you can't tell me you're not gonna give Tom Brady this team in 2008 or something like that, and he's not gonna dominate win a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. 2008 Tom Brady with this. Come on, Super Bowl. Simple.
Exactly.
2016 Tom Brady with this team, Super Bowl. Easy. This team would not be
even like last year. It's not going to be a Super Bowl. The year before that, it's not going to be a Super Bowl.
Because everybody said the problem in New England was the reason why he was playing so bad is because he had no receivers. No, it's because I feel like
and then he goes somewhere with receivers.
He goes somewhere with receivers. He's still playing the same. It's not that. It's just he's digressing. His deep ball has gotten bad. You know, he's really getting great on those short accuracy passes, kind of like Ben Roethlisberger. He's digressing.
And the thing is that everyone's talking about Bill Belichick, and they're like, you know, they're not saying anything about that. But I mean, let's be honest here. One of the only things he did lose was Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, his team was pretty bad before, but I mean, you know, it was Tom Brady regressing. They both knew what was happening. They agreed that Tom Brady could part ways and all that. You know, he told them. They agreed with it.
Yeah, and it debunks that. And it debunks that question. It's like, was Tom Brady carrying Bill Belichick?
I mean, it's impossible to tell at this point.
It is.
It's too late in Tom Brady's career.
It's too late because Tom Brady has already begun to digress, and then you move on from Tom Brady to Cam Newton.
If Tom Brady would have left like 7 years ago, we could have probably answered that. But I mean, right now, there's no answer to it.
Yeah, right now it's just way too late. But I mean, hey, it's even with the way Tom Brady's playing, it's kind of it sucks to go from Tom Brady doing what he does to going to Cam Newton and his 5 passing touchdowns and like 10 interceptions. It's pretty bad, you know. And then
it is pretty bad. I mean, and you can't blame Bill for it. I mean, you know, but it's just you can't. I mean, you can't really say that one of them carried the other one when you know. I mean, I'm sure Bill Belichick's a great coach. I seen what he did with the Cleveland Browns. I've watched
Bill Belichick. Yeah, Bill Belichick he's a GOAT when it comes to coaching. Do you agree?
I mean, yeah, 100%.
So he's the GOAT. I mean,
but
there's 2 GOATs on one team.
Him with NFL,
they benefited each other, you know.
Nick Saban in college. I mean, it's just
GOAT status.
I mean, if you give Bill Belichick an average team, like if you give him the Bills, let's say the Bills, if you give him the Bills and he's performing like he used to, you know, maybe there's some like, okay, maybe, you know, this guy was carrying Tom Brady. Mm-hmm. But then again, it's still too late. I mean, I think it's just way too late. I think Tom Brady's regressing, so we're not going to see him at his true GOAT potential that he was playing at. And Bill Belichick, you know, he just doesn't have a team right now. I mean, you get this team to anyone in the world, and they're not going to do better than what Bill Belichick's been doing.
Yeah, and it's like even Tom Brady got this team that was pretty bad last year to the playoffs. You know what I mean? But you move from Tom Brady to Cam Newton. Cam Newton's just not going to be able to do that. And that's just the end of the story.
Exactly.
I've said that from day one.
Just put You can put a better quarterback. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't honestly be surprised if the Patriots traded for Sam Darnold. Wouldn't be that, and I feel like that'd be a good fit. Just get that man some receivers.
I think Sam Darnold needs a better system, but I don't think I'm not going to say that makes him a system quarterback.
Yeah,
but I think he just needs a better system.
Yeah, I feel like he's one of the players that could be up for a system quarterback. If he moves to a different system, flourishes, and then plays somewhere else and does bad, you can say, Dwayne Haskins.
Then we can start saying, okay, this guy might just fit in the system.
Yeah.